My mother-in-law and sister-in-law thought it was the ultimate prank to record themselves calling me a gold digger and a baby trapper, then play it at my baby shower. So, I snapped and pranked them back by revealing their family secrets in front of everyone. So I'm 27, 7 months pregnant, and my mother-in-law and sister-in-law recently hosted a baby shower for me, about a week ago. My mother-in-law Donna, 55, and my sister-in-law Erica, 30, don't like me for a couple of reasons. My husband Thomas, 30, married me about a year ago, and I quit my job after that because I wanted to be a stay-at-home wife. It wasn't that I didn't want to work. I'd just been working for a really long time and I needed a break. I'd been working ever since I was 16 and didn't stop until I had a ring on my finger, and only when Thomas told me that he'd be okay with me staying at home. My dad passed away when I was 12 from a cardiac arrest, and after that, it was just me and my mother. My mother was a waitress at the local diner and money was tight, so I had to start working part-time at 16 and then full-time once I was done with high school. I didn't even get to go to college, but, thankfully, I worked in sales and I was decent at my job, so I was able to bring home enough income for my mother and I to get by. It was through work that I met Thomas. We hit it off at a conference and the rest is history. Unfortunately, while my life story of rags to riches might seem fascinating to most people, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law do not agree and think that I am a gold digger. Thomas was a branch manager at his firm and worked in a much higher position than me when I first met him, but that was not what drew me to him. I've never been able to explain to Donna and Erica that his bank balance had nothing to do with my love for him, and I would have married him even if he was a pauper. I knew that they would never accept me. So I didn't even try to impress them or win them over, and that just made me even more unpopular with them. In short, they didn't like me and I didn't try to make them, so we just never got along. But after I announced my pregnancy, the two of them suddenly started showing an interest in my life, and I guess that was because I was carrying Thomas' future child. Because otherwise they would avoid talking to me as much as they could and would only be civil to me out of courtesy. They started being very helpful and kind to me after the pregnancy announcement, and Thomas believed that they were finally warming up to me, but I could tell that something fishy was going on. It was just my sixth sense. I couldn't bring myself to fully trust them, but after a couple of months, when they still hadn't said or done anything cruel to me, I started to believe that maybe they were actually trying to make amends for all the digs and insults in the past, implying that I was a gold digger and I was with Thomas just for his money. So I started trusting them and thought of them as my well-wishers, which they most certainly are not. A couple of weeks ago, they asked me if I was okay with them hosting a baby shower for me. They had established enough trust with me, so I green-lit it and even provided them with a list of guests I wanted to be invited to my baby shower. My mother wanted to be involved in the planning, but Donna and Erica told her that they'd got it and that she didn't need to worry about anything. I guess I should have known right then that there was something weird going on, but I didn't suspect anything. I figured that they just wanted it to be a surprise for me, so they didn't want my mother to be involved. Weeks passed, and I didn't hear anything about the baby shower until they sent me an invitation. I even checked in with all the guests that I had asked for. And all of them received it as well, so I believed that they were doing everything perfectly and I was actually happy. Then, last week finally on the day of the baby shower, I accidentally read the time wrong and showed up an hour early at the venue. They wanted it to be an all-women event because they wanted to take the more traditional route. And I was okay with it, so my husband wasn't there and I had to take a cab to get to the venue because I didn't feel like driving. Once I got there, I realized that I was an hour early since I couldn't see any cars in the parking lot apart from Donna's. So I decided to give them a surprise and made sure that I headed towards the doors very quietly so they wouldn't hear me coming, and then I peeked in, to check out what they were up to. I saw them casting a video on a screen that they'd set up, and it was just the two of them having a go at me in the video, saying the most horrible things about me and then laughing. I could tell that the video was from quite a while back because in the video, Erica had blonde hair and she only had that shade around the time of my wedding, so I guess that this video had probably been recorded at that time. I was horrified at the things that they were saying, and I couldn't believe that they were playing this in the place where they were supposed to host my baby shower. One of the things that Erica said was that she knew for a fact that I'd probably get pregnant within the first year of my marriage, so that I could really tie her brother down and he'd never be able to escape ever. And even if he tried to, I would always have the child support and alimony to look forward to. And then the two of them laughed in the video and also in real life. I couldn't take it anymore, so I decided to enter the room and confront them about that video. They were pretty startled to see me and tried to stop sharing it on that screen, but they didn't know that it was already too late and had seen everything that they didn't want me to see. I asked them why they were playing that video and when they had even recorded it or why. So Erica tried to explain to me that this was a roast video that they had recorded for my wedding, but they didn't actually get to play it because Thomas threatened to cut ties with them if they pulled off something like that. And honestly, good thinking on his part. Because I wouldn't have been able to tolerate this at my wedding. I know that roasts are meant to be funny, but it's only funny when people who you love are the ones roasting you. Not so much when you know that the people saying terrible things about you actually mean those things. And I knew for a fact that Erica and Donna meant every single word of what they were saying in that video. They tried to tell me that they had included the pregnancy joke, so they could play it at the baby shower and pass it off as a joke since now Thomas couldn't have a say in this. And then they told me that the intention of the video was to show that this is what they used to think of me back when I first married Thomas, but now that I was really a part of the family, they had accepted me. And apparently, they even had a big speech planned after that video, where they were going to tell me how much they loved me and what I meant to them. They said that the intention of playing this video was to show how far we had come as a family. But I didn't buy it and I stormed out of the place, called Thomas and demanded that he pick me up and take me back home. I explained everything to him on the phone, and since he already knew what video I was talking about, he got everything instantly and I didn't have to waste much time.